Hello everyone, it is me again, Sherry, continuing with the chapter by chapter review. I'm kind of deciding which chapter I'm going to pick up with next. I think I'm going to skip a chapter or two because I don't want to go through everything here. I hope that you are interested enough in what I'm saying to want to read my full testimony yourselves. So my extraordinary walk, this is the 1-year anniversary, and I'm going to continue with chapter by chapter review. I'm going to pick up with chapter 15, which is extreme love. I've gone through this. It's probably another video on YouTube about this, and I've done a blog on this, but I'm going to just talk to you about this just briefly. Okay. Mentioned previously that I had some kind of issues with my pastor. I didn't feel like he was in agreement fully with my walk. Well, during that time, I wasn't really feeling as if I was being loved by those around me. So I was praying to God that if I could be more loving, that maybe I would receive more love. So that maybe it wasn't their fault. Maybe it was something I was doing. And I was praying to God that he could show me how to love. He could show me his love, how he loves all of us. And then that way I could use that as motivation to love others more. And then you give out love, you receive more love. So, you can't change what anybody else does. So I always look at myself and see what I could change about me, hopefully to bring about the change or what I would want to see around me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But back to the title of this chapter, Extreme Love. So I'm going to explain another experience that I had. Now, I don't know how long I had been talking to God about this, but I'm sure I pray all the time, so probably at least daily, and I don't know, maybe a week or so I had been talking to him about this. This was my plan to be more loving, is to feel more love from him. So one day on the way from work, I was driving, and as I went through the downtown of Anderson, and anybody knows who lives in this area, when you go through downtown Anderson, the speed limit changes drastically. So it's like 10 miles an hour through the downtown of Anderson. And it's just amazing that at that point in my drive, that is when I had this experience, which was the only point in my entire drive that I was probably driving below 35, 40, 45, 50 miles an hour. You know how we drive. Probably 35 is the speed limit, so maybe I shouldn't admit to driving any faster than that. But during downtown, you got to break it down to 10 miles an hour. So as I'm going through the downtown, I started looking at the people around me. And each person that I looked at, I received this overwhelming, couldn't even contain the feeling of love that I was feeling for these people. Saw a man in a wheelchair, and it just swelled up inside of me to the point that when I looked away, the feeling would die down. But then when I would look across the street, then I remember seeing another couple, and the same feeling. Each person that I looked at, the feeling would swell up so overwhelmingly that I would have to look away. And in the beginning, I was make eye contact with this person. Oh, then I would go over here, and the feeling was just so overwhelming that I just could not take it. Eventually, it got to the point where I had to almost look dead straight and just drive. And eventually it wore off where I didn't see anyone. But the most significant thing about this to me is that, and this is a lesson that I learned, the people that I looked at were diverse. Man in a wheelchair, I saw a little boy. I remember seeing, and it's weird how I remember exactly the people that I saw. I saw a couple, a black and white couple that appeared homeless. They had big backpacks on their backs. I saw a couple sitting on a bench talking. But each of these people, the feeling was the exact same for each of them. I didn't know any of these people, had no clue about them, what they'd done in their life, who they had become, if they were good or bad people. That did not matter. The feeling was the same for each and every one of them. So with that, in my blog, I titled, The One Thing I Know For Sure. So the one thing I know for sure is that God loves each of us immensely. So much so that I couldn't even, I don't even know where it would have ended. I just felt like as I was looking at these people, I actually felt as if I would explode, as if I would pop, because I couldn't contain or take the emotion that I was feeling. So one thing I know for sure, I'm going to say that again. God loves each and every one of us, no matter who we are, no matter what color you are, no matter how old you are, no matter what you've done in your life. I had no clue about these people, and it didn't even make a difference, because his love didn't change. His love for each of us is the same. And so that goes for me, and that goes for you. God loves us all. So the title of this story is Extreme Love. So you know where the title came from. It was just it was too much for me. It was too much. I couldn't take it. So it's hard to even understand why he loves us so much. Like I know I'm a sinner. We are all sinners. And we're not perfect, but he loves us anyway. So that just let that simmer. God loves each and every one of us so much more than I think any of us, because I know I can't even understand it, but it is what it is. God loves us. So that is the end of chapter number 15, Extreme Love. Tune in if you like to if you want to hear some more about different chapters in here. I'm skipping around, so probably gonna do just a few more. But if you like them, thumbs up. If you like them, really like them, buy the book. And if you have any questions for me, I would love to conversate. I would love to answer questions, tell you more about me. So that's the end of this video. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.